Hello, it's Lynn Norusis with the Focus on Nova team with Century 21 Redwood Realty here with your April real estate news. So we have a lot going on right now in the real estate market, one of which is the big NAR settlement that has happened. So a quick look at what exactly that is and how in Virginia, specifically Northern Virginia, it's going to affect buyers and sellers. So the settlement it started with 5 sellers in Missouri sued NAR as well as some other larger brokerages over commissions, how they are paid. And then the DOJ was also involved regarding different antitrust laws, talking about how NAR is a big monopoly in the market and they are in fact setting pricing. So the way that the overall reason for this is when a transaction happens, the seller has their cost that they have, and in their line of cost, it has the agent commissions, both the listing side and typically also the selling side as well. And then the buyer has their own costs. And the real estate agents are paid from the seller proceeds of a sale. So the proceeds come from the buyer over to the seller, whether that is through cash or a loan, and then from those proceeds that the seller receives, the commissions are paid out of those proceeds. So what the lawsuit is all about is saying that the seller should not be the one who is paying the commissions on both sides from the proceeds, that each representative or each client, the seller should have their own representation, the buyer should have their own representation, and as such, they should be paying their own agents. So the DOJ stepped in as well, stating that they basically want to also decouple these commission payment structures that are happening. So what does that mean for Northern Virginia buyers, and what does that mean going forward? So first of all, this case was just settled, and there is a 4-month review period onto what the final outcome will be. So come July is when we should really start to have a better understanding of what this is actually going to mean for the market. So when it comes to commissions, they are always negotiable, both on the listing side and on the selling side. The thing that makes Virginia and 16 other states a little bit different is since 2012, Virginia has always had buyer agency agreements, and they have had it written into law that when a licensed real estate agent works with a buyer or tenant or seller or landlord, there has to be some type of contract that is written, and in that contract is where the commissions are negotiated between the agent and brokerage and the client. And with Virginia, the buyer agency agreement that agents have signed with their buyers have it in there that the buyer is responsible for paying whatever fee or commission that the broker and agent have agreed upon with that client. And it does also state that there are times where the seller will be paying those commissions through the proceeds of the sale. So what does this mean going forward? In Virginia, Northern Virginia specifically, we are looking at, if everything is approved from what we are hearing so far, it means that the stated commissions that are currently public facing and up on the MLS will completely go away. So if a buyer wants to go see a property or multiple properties, the listing agent has their contract with their seller, and as the buyer agent representing the buyer's agent will have to call that listing agent to find out how commissions are done. Is the seller offering a cooperation, or is the buyer going to have to come out of their pocket to pay their agent's commission? Or is there some type of negotiation that can happen between the two parties? So when it comes to how things are going to change, it's going to be a lot more phone calls and some more negotiation on all sides. We are still in the midst of this just coming out. Like I said, there is a 4-month period to where this settlement is going to be reviewed, and we should know a lot more information in that time frame come about July. So the other thing that is really happening in April is we have just closed out the first quarter of 2024, and numbers are looking really good. We still have low inventory. However, we are looking at a little bit better inventory than this time last year, but sales prices are still rising. To give you an example, from January of this year through March 26th of this year, in all of Northern Virginia, so Arlington, Alexandria, Fairfax, Prince William, and Loudoun County, we were looking at a total of 1,979 sales for detached homes. There were 1,486 sales for townhomes and 1,009 sales for condos. Overall, we are looking at going list price to close price. We are seeing a little over 100% happening there. So for detached homes, those homes are selling at 101.88% above ask price. Or what they're capturing for that. So going 1.88% above ask price. For townhomes, those are going 1.25% above ask price. And then the condo market, which is always a different market, is just going 0.2% over ask price. But looking at the averages, detached homes for all of Northern Virginia, the average is coming out to an average of $1,015,576. For townhomes, we're seeing an average of $633,660. And for condos, we are seeing an average of $430,166. Again, that is all of Northern Virginia. Once you start breaking into those different counties, those prices are going to, adjust accordingly. But we are still seeing that it is a seller's market. Homes still need to be prepped properly, but there is still that pent-up buyer demand. So we are seeing multiple offers and buyers still having to compete for those homes and to get in. And personally, I am actually seeing a lot more sight unseen offers or homes going off the market before they even become fully active. All of that is really a seller's choice as to how they want to strategize and play the field when it comes to selling their home. But we do expect, and we are starting to see more inventory come on the market. So we are expecting the spring to still be very hectic. The other thing that has come out is projections in regards to where those mortgage rates are going to go have kind of gone a lot more conservative. So in the beginning of the year, economists were thinking that the interest rates were probably going to hit the 5s later this year. They have adjusted those, and we are still expecting to see a 6%, so ranging between 6.4 to 6.9% throughout the rest of the year, and maybe not seeing that 5% until sometime in 2025. So again, lots of movement that's happening in the real estate market right now, but we here at the Focus on Nova team are always here to help guide you, whether you're buying or selling, or you just want to get on a phone call with one of us to ask what actually is happening right now in the market for my specific area. If that's the case, don't hesitate to give any of us a call. My name's Lynn Norusis, and we wish you a happy spring and enjoy the warm weather that's finally here.